So good morning, everybody. We're reading through Jeremiah 18 to 22. And Jeremiah's fed up. I love Jeremiah because Jeremiah wears his humanity on his sleeve. Isaiah, you got to understand that Isaiah, the prophet Isaiah, he really came from royalty. He was among the rich and the affluent, the well off. And nobody really was about to attack Isaiah. He was too well connected. The king sent emissaries to him to get news and the whole bit. But Jeremiah was a street person. He was a down-to-earth person. He was just a common Joe that had been selected by the Lord to bring this word to the people. So he had no protection. He had nobody watching over him whatsoever. Nobody gave two thoughts to attacking him. And this is what was happening. Jeremiah, he had to bring this word to the people. It was for the purpose of their salvation. It was so that they could be saved from the disaster that was coming. In order to do that, Jeremiah had to point out their rebellious ways. It wasn't anything that he took great joy in, but this is what had to be done, and he did it from the purpose of, this is for your good. I want you to understand this. But they turned around, and because he wasn't anybody really special other than being chosen by the Lord. He was attacked, he was beaten, name called, thrown in jail, stuff taken away from him, the whole bit. He just wasn't treated very well at all. And so he gets to the point of just being so fed up that he stopped petitioning for the people. He stopped asking the Lord to change his mind, to give them a second chance and give them a break. In fact, he got to the point where he just yelled out, "Lord, bring it on." The faster, the better. Destroy these people. And he just went from one who advocated for them to one who was ready to see them destroyed. And we have to be careful because we have a similar responsibility, although it's not like what people see. It's not a matter of standing on the street corner and yelling out people's sins, but it is a matter when we are explaining the way of the Lord. We have to talk about our rebellious ways. We have to talk about our self-centeredness. We have to talk about these things so they can understand the gap that we've all fallen short of the glory of God, and they need to understand this. Hopefully it's done in relationship, because it's easier to hear those things in a relationship than to have a stranger show up and just say, "You are a rebellious sinner." But regardless, even in relationship, it's not always going to be taken well. What do you mean? I can't do whatever I want? I'm a good person. Why shouldn't I be able to do this? What's the big deal? And so on. I'm not going to get into those details, but you've all heard them, and it's difficult to take. So, yeah, that's what it can be like. And we can't take it personal like Jeremiah took it. Jeremiah took it very personal. And we can't take it personal. Of course, people are not going to like to hear that they're wrong. They're not going to like to hear, but we can't be offended by that. If somebody's not ready to hear that, then you move on to the next person who is ready, who is at their wit's end, who needs to hear that there's a better way, a greater way, needs to hear that God is for them and not against them, who needs to hear that Jesus Christ actually died on the cross for them so that they didn't have to experience what they're experiencing, but can be brought into a new place, a new relationship where they can have that peace and joy. Because there are people who are ready to hear that. There are others who aren't. They just lost themselves for this present moment. Yeah, we can't get weary. We can't take it personal. We can't. We just surrender all those things to the Lord. So that's something for you to consider. Love you guys. Pray that you're having a good day, and we'll talk to you later.